Alrighty, it is Tuesday. You know what that means? It is Taco Tuesday. So what you see in front of you is a pork tenderloin, and I'm going to slice it into little cubes, and then I'm going to mix it with this little bit of garlic and cilantro and some lime juice and a few other spices, and we're going to let it marinate for a little while. And then we're going to pan fry that pork and make some nice fresh tacos. I remember I was in Cancun and, they were like, well, the buffet is closed, but you can go down and have some tacos. And I was like, really? I came all the way down here to go to Taco Bell. Long story short, those are the best tacos I ever had in my life. And I spent a little bit of time trying to figure out how they did it, and it wasn't hard to figure it out. And this is pretty damn close. So I'm going to stop it and get it all cubed and show you what it looks like. And then we're going to get it marinating. Okay, so you see I've got all my pork. This is half the tenderloin. The other half I'm going to do something else with. I'm just going to throw that pork into the bowl along with, what do I have here? I've got a little bit of cilantro chopped up, and I've got 2 cloves of garlic minced. I'm going to throw that in, right? And with that, I'm going to squeeze in some lime. And this is what I'm going to use to make the tacos. And we're going to put them in some nice fresh corn tortillas that have been, just steamed. I'm going to put a little bit of onion powder, just a quarter teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of dried cilantro also, a little bit of oregano, and just a little bit. You see I'm only putting a little bit, right? And a little bit of coriander. I'm going to hit it with a little more lime. And that's a whole lime in there. And, excuse me for a second. I'm gonna hit it with some black pepper. I'm not gonna put salt. I'll take care of the salt later when I cook it. And that's it. Just gonna mix that up. And that's going to go in a container and sit until it's time to make tacos. So we're just going to marinate that pork like that and let it sit so we can make tacos out of it. That's it. I'm going to throw it in this container, and that container's going in the fridge. And it's just dinner for 2, so that's plenty of meat for the 2 of us to have tacos, because it is Taco Tuesday. So later on we're going to resume this and actually do the cooking. Alrighty, so we've got that taco meat I showed you marinated for a little while. That's the pork with the garlic and the cilantro and all. I've got a pan here with a medium flame, and I'm going to hit it with a little bit of peanut oil, just a little bit. As soon as that gets hot, we're throwing that pork in there. And today we're having tacos for lunch. Boy, this COVID thing is a real pain in the ass, but it sure does have its blessings. Alrighty, that peanut oil is hot. Let's get a little light on the subject. Okay, we're gonna throw in the pork. And what also is cool is my son's away in college, so it's just lunch for my wife and I, which means I'm making smaller portions. And that's it. I'm not gonna stay focused on that the whole time. But remember, I didn't put any salt in it, so now is when we're gonna hit it with a little bit of salt, not too much, and maybe hit it with a little bit of fresh black pepper. And that's it. So I'm going to cut now let that start cooking, and then as it browns, we'll zoom back in on it. Alrighty, so you see it's just cooking. It'll release some liquid. That's going to dry up. You know, like I was saying, I was in Cancun, and the guy at the front desk said, well, sir, the buffet is closed, but you can go to the little downtown and have some tacos. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I came all the way to freaking Mexico. I'm going to Taco Bell. Let me tell you something. These were the best freaking tacos I've ever had in my life. I didn't know what tacos were until I had them at this place. And, you know, it didn't seem all that hard to replicate it. So here's my rendition of the tacos I had in Cancun. So while those tacos are, the taco meat is cooking, remember I showed that I was slicing a tomato and I had some problems slicing the tomato. And I said, well, that knife needs to be sharpened. So I did sharpen it. And now check it out. Much nicer, right? So I was able to put a nice new edge. And this blade, this is a Henkel's knife that I got back in 1993. So we're talking about an old knife. And I was able to, you know, after a while they get dull and it's hard to get a good edge on them. But I was able to get a nice brand new edge on my old Henkel's knife. So that's, you know, if I had to do it all over again, I'd probably get something else. But this is what I bought way back then, and there's really no reason to replace it. Alrighty, so while the taco meat is just about done, see how the juice all dried up and it's all cooked through. I'm going to just dry it up a little bit more, and then that's done. But while that's happening, see, I've got another little flame going on here, and I have some nice corn tortillas. I have flour tortillas, and I have corn tortillas. And I'm just going to take a corn tortilla and throw it in there. Just warm it up. And I'm going to do the same thing with a couple of flour tortillas. Alrighty, so it looks like the taco meat is just about done. I just flipped that tortilla over. Yep, that's done. Let me take that away. And we're going to bring everything over to the other side of the kitchen where we're going to assemble our tacos. Alrighty. So here we go. These are going to be for Leia. So I'm going to take a nice corn tortilla. Just put a little bit of the meat down. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of cheese. Just a little bit. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of tomato, maybe a little bit of salsa, roll that puppy up. Oops. I'm going to make her a couple more, garnish it with a lime and a little bit of guac, and she's good to go. So I'm going to make her two more, going to go on that plate. Alrighty, so that's Leia's lunch. 3 little tacos, a little piece of lime, a little guacamole on the side. She probably will only eat 2 of them, which is okay because I'm happy to eat the 3rd one.